بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين. الفيديو ده بيتكلم على EST Syllabus of Physics Chapter 16 Multiple Choice Questions Transformer and Generator. A 3 centimeter wire is moved at right angles across uniform magnetic field with a speed of 2 meters per second. If the flux density is 0.5 Tesla, what is the magnitude of the induced EMF formed across that wire? ادي the choices. ال EMF produced across a wire moving in a magnetic flux is BELV. B magnetic flux intensity, L length of the wire, V velocity of the wire. The magnetic flux intensity of the magnet is 0.5. The length of the wire is 3 centimeter, must be converted to meter. يبقى 3 times 10 to the power negative 2. وبعدين the velocity by which the wire moves is 2 meter per second. يبقى multiplied by 2. يبقى ال EMF produced 0.03 volt, which is the choice B. Is the choice A. طيب, if a step up transformer were 100% efficient, the primary and secondary windings would have the same. يبقى الافficiency هنا 100%. يبقى primary and secondary coil must have the same. must have the same ايه؟ current لا طبعا. power, number of turns, voltage, direction of winding اللي هي الباور. يبقى بدل هو efficiency 100% يبقى ال input power equal output power. When a transformer is connected to 120 volt يبقى ده ال V primary AC. It supplies 3000 volt to devise the V secondary. The current through the secondary winding is 0.06 the I secondary بالأمبير. Type and the current through the primary is 2 ampere. عايز ايه؟ عايز the number of turns in the primary coil او primary winding. لا هو بيقول لي برضه number of turns in primary winding is 400. يبقى هو طالب ايه؟ طالب the number of turns in the secondary coil. هو عايز the number of turns in secondary winding or secondary coil is. طيب ال N secondary V primary equal V secondary N primary. يبقى ال N secondary equal V secondary N primary V primary. V secondary اللي هي ال potential difference across secondary coil بكام؟ connected to 120 volt AC. it supplies. يبقى ده secondary winding, ده secondary voltage 3000. طيب ال N primary the current through the secondary winding is 0.06. the current through the secondary winding is 0.06 ampere and the current through the primary is 2 ampere. The number of turns in the primary winding is 400. يبقى number of turns 400. طب ال V primary when a transformer connected ب 120 يبقى كل الكلام ده كله ملوش لازمة. لكن ايه هو اداني؟ يبقى ال N secondary equal V secondary N primary على V primary by substitution and calculation يطلع ال N secondary 10 thousandths, which is the choice E. طيب the efficiency برضو the same. يبقى هنا كل الانفورميشن دي for that questions. The efficiency of the transformer is 75%, 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%. الافficiency ايتا بيساوي الاوتبوت باور على الانبوت باور. الاوتبوت باور في secondary اي secondary، الانبوت باور في primary اي primary. الفي secondary بايه؟ ب 3000. الفي secondary اهي supplies it supplies 3000 volts، يبقى دي الفي secondary. طيب الاي secondary and the current through the primary كذا، the current through the secondary is 0.06، يبقى 0.06 يبقى على 120 multiplied by 2 يبقى 7.5. 7.5 اللي هي 75%. The diagram shows a conducting loop rotate clockwise. The induced voltage will be maximum when مديني التشويسز. امتى الايه الانديوز ام اف ماكسيمم؟ لما يكون الكويل in the same plane of magnetic flux، لما يكون عامل انجل 90 and 20 and 270. لما يكون الكويل in the same plane of magnetic flux يبقى يديني maximum induced EMF. The induced EMF wasn't decreased by doing each of the following except increasing the speed of rotation هيزيد induced EMF، using stronger magnet هيزيد induced EMF، using rotating loop with iron core هيزيد induced EMF، using a commutator. طيب moving north and south pole further، لا ده مش هيزود، مش هيقلل induced EMF.